So the first thing I'm going to say here is there's a serious maturity issue going on. I'm just going to touch on that briefly, and then move on to how we can actually get over that, because a maturity issue has to do with the lack of proper brain development, which has to do with the neural pathways and everything that develop from your experiences in life and in the knowledge that you obtain in life. Okay, but the lack of maturity, and I'm seeing it everywhere. Um, Absolutely everywhere. I see it with most women under the age of 40, under the age of 45, and a lot of men, a lot of men. And this has come from different factors. It has to do with parents not being parents anymore, guiding their children. Their parents are on their cell phones all the time. Their parents have given their children, like under the age of 16, cell phones and touchpads without consequence. There's no laws against that. And a majority of parents have done that. And this has stunned brain growth and development in a significant way, which basically almost completely stops the brain from moving forward. That's why a 10-year-old is like a 3-year-old, a 20-year-old is like a 7-year-old, and then all the way up. A lot of people are like the age of, I'll say, 14 and under nowadays. Not just that, but screen time can also reverse the issues as far as your knowledge, understanding, and maturity in your brain. I know because I experienced it. Despite the fact I wasn't looking at cat videos all day, just a lot throughout the day, but not all day, and was spending a great deal of my time understanding case law, learning tech stuff, things like that, it still had that effect on me. Now, you get someone on TikTok and they're gossiping and things like that, and they're just bringing trash in the brain, it's going to be very harmful. And again, there are no laws against this, unfortunately, although, of course, there very much should be within really everywhere to hand your child a phone or a tablet in order for them just to be quiet and make them brain dead and stop all their developmental abilities is absolutely just wrong, absolutely wrong. So anyway, yeah, that's the problems is parents not parenting, giving their kids touchpads and everything, starting that addiction at a very young age, and the constant dopamines that it has on the brain at a young age, very damaging, very damaging. So before the brain develops, it's actually reversing the knowledge and actual development stuff of the brain. We're putting kids in schools where they're around other kids that are also all mature, and they're not maturing now. They don't know how to handle their life experiences or each other because they're not spending time with adults every day. They're not on the farm. They're not doing chores and stuff like that. They're not being taught how to cook and how to do the stuff, how to cultivate. They're not being taught any of this stuff. And that was really important for, again, proper development. When you grab all of these things along with the stuff that's on social media that kids are exposed to, well, that keeps the brain from maturing. Hold on, I'm actually going to have to continue this in a bit. Actually, I'm going to continue it right now anyway because it's going to be brief. This is what you want to do to get over that. Learn things that you don't care about. Get online and bring up something like Wall Street Journal and read articles that you couldn't care less about because you don't know what the hell it's talking about. It'll be talking about an issue in some other country politically. What the hell? You read it, even if you don't want to research the words and what they mean, just read it anyway, or at least read a few paragraphs. If you do this every day, you will start to obtain a great deal of knowledge rather quickly, and it's really something. Learn about different religions, learn about different tech stuff, put on a YouTube video. Linus Tech Tips, Network Chuck. These are all, or these are both great tech ones. Cybersecurity stuff, Jack Resider, interesting stories. Go to the news part of the YouTube channel. Click on something real. as far as like Forbes or Wall Street Journal or something like that. Stay away from Yahoo, CNN, all these fake news sources. Remember, your goal here is to obtain knowledge of things that you don't care about, and that's what it's about. The stuff you don't care about. Look up how to change an alternator on a car. Look up how a battery works. Look how something is made. Look at how to garden something specifically, like how to the best way to grow and cultivate watermelons or corn or something like that. If you start to look up all of these things, and if you have a problem with your phone with anything at all, if you're looking to buy something like a blanket, get online and learn about blankets. Look up something like blanket reviews. Look up the fabrics they're made out of and understand why. And if you want to go deeper, look at how those fabrics are made. Look at how to raise alpacas. Look at different stuff. And what you will find is you may end up getting interested in something, joining an online community, and just watching what these people talk about and develop an understanding. And this can happen with a lot of different things. I'm certified bartender and mixologist. I'm certified in locksmithing and stuff like that as far as picking locks and everything. I didn't do that because I wanted a career. I did that when I was 16, learning the stuff, and not the bartending. That was when I was 21, because I wanted to obtain knowledge on things. I think it's important to have a great deal of knowledge. And college and all that stuff is great, it's okay. But what's better is learning how to do things, because that's the stuff that you could use in real life, and it's the stuff that people don't really tend to jump on to learn. But that's what you want to do. You'll find that when you learn different things, the type of things that you're going to learn is going to help your brain develop in such a way that your maturity level will actually go up. Things that will interest you, things that you were not interested in before will interest you a great deal, and will start to, not everything, but many things will. And then things that you had interest in that are just mediocre things that you had no idea that they were so lame, you will just lose interest in. Um, for me, I'm just no longer interested in gaming or anything like that, and I lost interest in that years ago. The reason why is because you could do the stuff in the video games, sure, but you could also do that stuff in real life. I choose to do that stuff in real life, put my energy towards what's going on in reality. There are games where you can do things politically and make a change in that country, in that game. Sure, it's instant gratification because it takes effect in minutes. You do it in real life and it takes months or a year. Like when I got my first law passed was amazing. When I got the last one passed, which was a real significant one in Indiana, I felt great. And you could do the stuff in real life like an adult. Games are great for kids to see and understand how basic things work in reality. But once you grow up, it's time to learn and function within reality. Because people are looking at the virtual world like it's all that matters now, and they're forgetting about this one. And that too is a maturity issue. So look into the things you don't care about, learn those things you don't care about. You will develop a greater interest in a sense of accomplishment and pride in yourself and knowing who you are, and that will lead to a significant difference in your life.